Now, I'm wondering who we're going to see banned. Purple team's a lot of people we don't see that often.
So
Lucian,
the typical Lucian.
yeah, Lucian, just about every game. Gnar, we did see Big B go really big on that Gnar last game.
Yeah, it looks like someone on purple was watching that stream and did not want to deal with that Nar.
I'm guessing it was the Rask. I'm thinking that it's going to be Omicron mid. We do see him on a lot of mobile mid assassins. Keycat is that bot lane player, both in the AD carry position and support when it's available. And I think Gold Digger's going to be down there with her with First Men in that jungle. Tristana and Zed being banned away. Both fairly oppressive in what they do in lane. So definitely typical bans, and then that Fizz.
Yeah, that Fizz against Omnicron. Every time Omnicron has been streamed on that Fizz, he does extremely well on it.
Yeah, definitely something that's worthy of a ban. And then the Aurelia. I'm thinking we're going to see a Maokai come out of Purple Team. And the Vigar, however.
The try-hard Vigar game, they do not want to lose this time.
Yeah, Vigar, definitely a try-hard. He can just nuke out really anybody other than the tank. And
well, when you're a little Yordle that's been laughed at your whole life for not being evil, you kind of turn try-hard.
Yeah, you turn evil. You have no other excuse other than to, murder everybody. However, the Jan is still available. They're gonna pick that away. Very interesting.
Gonna pick away that Janna that looks absolutely nothing like Janna.
A little Asian boy. And then Gangplank on the other end. I don't think that's going to be true. I'm pretty sure First Fun's going to go with the Darius. It's what we've seen out of him before, and he did very well on it.
The Lux hover? Okay, good.
I don't know. I think Lux has a bit of a place right now. A lot of
She
long
does.
range.
But, I don't know, I'm used to seeing Omnicron and those assassins, and I kind of just want to keep seeing them because he does so well.
Yeah, I mean, he's performed very well in just about any assassin we've seen. We see the Ash Volibear, however. Very interesting. Gold Digger, though, is that Master Yi player, so he's going to stick with that.
And that makes me excited because that's either a top lane or a support Volibear.
I'm thinking it's going to be top lane. Not many support Volibears. Holy crap, Spotify has a lot of ads. Jesus Christ. Poppy, however, out of Makoto Senpai. Not hovering the Ignite, so I don't think he's going to lock that in. Five ads in a row. Go Spotify. Arise. Locks in that Syndra. Definitely a strong mid lane champion that can deal with a lot of the mid lane assassins right now.
Definitely. Even not against assassins, Syndra's just an overall really strong mid laner.
Yeah, I mean, combined with that, screen wide stun, the very strong damagey ultimate. Finally back to music. That Udyr lock-in wants to try and outscale the Yi.
Oh my god, yes.
And then...
No.
Got your hopes up for a second there, didn't you?
If I could see Omnicron play LeBlanc, my life would be complete.
That would be definitely an interesting pick. However, it's still just cycling through champions, not quite sure what's going to come out of this. And that said, who does Keycat pick into Janna?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
I don't even really know who Keycat plays, honestly. I've only seen her ever play, Jinx in in-houses.
I know she plays a lot of Leona and some Thresh, but neither of those are really the perfect choice against Janna. Goes for the Morgana. Kind of... I guess that's a good fallback. I mean, you have the long-range Q that isn't disrupted by the Tornado, that isn't blocked by anything, and even the shield from Janna's not going to be doing that whole much, because you're going to be getting auto-attacked and just melted down.
And in team fights, she can use that shield to save someone potentially from a Syndra ultimate.
Or even a monsoon. I mean, if you can get it on when you expect a monsoon to come out, you can save your team from being thrown the wrong way. Alright, that bot lane's going to be, I'm guessing, pretty volatile with a Corki. They're going to have some troll hovers here, not anything I expect them to pick.
Unless it's a top Udyr, which is very uncommon now.
Yeah, that's extremely uncommon. Spike's going to lock in that Vayne, though, wants some flashy plays. And combined with the Janna, that's a very strong bot lane.
Yeah, definitely. I thought he was gonna pick in that Twitch, which is already deadly, but Vayne even more so as his signature champion.
And Bigby Wolf gets that Vladimir. That's fun to see.
A Vlad bully top lane, that is not something you see often.
Yeah, that's really off meta. I mean, I love Vladimir as a champion, but he's just so outclassed. But I guess he figures if First Fen's going to troll me, I'm just going to troll him right back.
And what better way to troll than to turn into a pool of blood right before you get flipped?
Right? Pool of tears. Pool full of Snickers. Definitely going to see who Omicron picks. I don't think it's going to be the Fiddlesticks. I can't see him locking this in.
Yeah, definitely not against a Syndra. He would get blown up instantly.
I mean, even the LeBlanc, that's picking himself into a counter. He's thinking Karthus? I don't want to get trolled by this last minute switch. And he locks in that Karthus. Very interesting.
Yeah, definitely not my preferred choice against a Syndra. But we'll see how he's able to do it.
I'm thinking he wants to try and outscale, but that's still very interesting.
Yeah, especially when you have a team that can Janna shield someone or an Udyr, the self shield, and Vladimir can just pull in out of it. So it's a really interesting choice.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of ways to get around that Requiem. Not really sure what the thought going into that was. Golddigger not going the teleport we typically see him run on that Jungle Master Yi, so I'm wondering if he's going to have the same impact that we've seen from him before.
Yeah, we'll find out. He's probably using it because he might need that. Oh, he just picks it up now.
Last second switch over. Teleport onto Volibear, ignite onto Vladimir. Interesting.
And a double teleport on purple team. Looking at these teams, I like blue team a lot more. I feel the Syndra's just gonna wreck that Karthus unless he finds a way around it without getting stunned. And that bot lane is just very, very volatile. Unless KitKat has some really good black shields, I expect Spike to pick up a lot of kills.
I mean, on the Vayne, he's going to have as good a mid-game for sustained damage that the Corki's going to have from burst damage, and he's going to be able to really cut through this Volibear at just about any stage, and probably outscale Corki at a reasonably early pace.
Yeah, and looking at the top lane, I honestly don't know how this should work, but I'm assuming that it's going to work in Chuba's favor, seeing as he's going to be able to just pull out of any kind of engage that's going to go in at him.
And the problem with Volibear is he's not really going to have any gank pressure. Yes, he can flip Chuba if he can bait out the pool, but Yi doesn't have a stun, Yi doesn't have a slow without red buff, so it's going to be very hard for them to pick up a kill in that mid lane. Whereas Udyr can bear form in, get some bear on bear action going down, and having Chuba trying to put down consistent damage.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking the blue team setup a lot more, but you know, last time I really liked a team that got completely crushed. So we'll see how this plays out. With the last minute coming in, I'm assuming that it's going to be none other than Spirit Guard Udyr.
You'd be surprised. I know a lot of people that don't quite carry that skin in their back pocket. Um, Morgana has a lot of pretty good skins. I don't think Keycat's going to run one. Volibear, I would like to see...
Officer Volibear, I agree.
Obviously Officer Volibear. That mustache too strong. But I don't think we're going to see anything on Volibear either. I would like Jedi Master Yi, Green Vladimir.
Definitely a pentakill Karthus, hopefully.
I'm all about that Fnatic Karthus, really, in my opinion.
I don't know, I got faith in Keycat. I think she's gonna go with the Blackthorn Morgana.
Or we could just get trolled and see Ghost Bride again. Big B Wolf, I'm hoping for Atlantean Syndra. Not sure what we're gonna see. And then Aristocrat Vayne would be a nice one from Spike.
I don't know. Every God Vayne player always runs Dragon Slayer.
That is true. I like to run Heartseeker because I'm bad at the game and I don't care about that 5 range that I lose out on. That being said, I've been playing a lot of Aristocrat lately just because I'm trying to get good.
Because it's so bad that it's in fashion now.
Can't spell. But I mean, there we go. Soul Stealer Vlad, Aristocrat Vayne called it. Called the Ghost Bride Morgana. I am on fire. However, you did get the pet to kill Karthus.
Yep. Keycat fails me yet again.
That is Keycat's life story, failing all of those who know her.
We actually get a Thunderlord Volibear.
Probably the better of his release skins, but Russian Volibear is just too good. I mean,
but so you don't like Northern Storm Volibear? I love the hat.
That's the one I actually use. It's definitely very active as a Volibear skin.
And by far the best Master Yi skin. It has different particles, makes it better than the others.
I don't know, that new... The new Master Yi one... I can't talk. The new Jedi one is pretty impressive.
We got an Earth Rider Corki, definitely the inferior of all the Corki skins. As cool as it is, there are just so many more better options.
His missiles are smaller than all of his other ones, so I find it difficult to actually land your ultimate procs.
Oh, and Big B fails us. 2 amazing Syndra skins, and he goes with Classic.
No try hard.
Shame, shame. And he is the only one this game without a skin, so all pressure will be on him this time.
And then Arise, failure, going with that Tempest Janna instead of the Ice Queen.
I wonder if Chuba and Big B Wolf are switching lanes, since they were mid and top respectively last time, or if he's going to be that Syndra top Vlad mid.
That would be an interesting dynamic. I would expect Syndra to be able to put a lot of pressure onto Volibear, but Soulstealer Vlad doesn't have any way to disrupt the Karthus ulti.
Other than by pulling out of it and screwing his team.
Yeah, I was gonna say he has no way to stop it from hurting his team, so that could turn around a real big gank in that bot lane.
Or unless they're going to Inception the Inception and expect Karthus to go top.
Karthus top lane all day. No teleports on blue team though. It's very interesting that Chuba has 2 games in a row and I decided not to go teleport.
Yeah, both times we've seen that team, blue team, now purple team last game, they haven't run teleport once at all. So we'll see if they can make it work this time.
I mean, in this current meta, it's very difficult as a top laner to not run teleport. Obviously, I feel like he can sort of get away with it this game with not really having any pressure. But we do see most Vlads, when they're played, going Flash Ghost for just the ultimate escapability.
We see Vayne there in the bot lane with her bright red hooker boots.
And a nice Scar Award coming out of Udyr. Not even close to the bush.
We have seen worse though. He could have landed it in the Baron pit itself.
And as always, the most boring part of any game, the first 50 seconds while teams don't do anything except throw down a ward or two.
And see who has the best emote spam.
Definitely hoping a lot of this changes with the new current PvE jungle changes.
Speaking of Earth in this game, where is my Earth mode Rito, please? So BB Wolf is the mid laner this game, so we'll see how he can bring his team into it. That wasn't a good sentence.
English is a hard language. This bot lane is going to be very interesting. If Keycat can't land those bindings, then it's an even worse situation than we talked about earlier. I mean, they're already losing that fast push. They're going to hit level 2 second. Not that a lot really comes out. Spike's going to put down a lot of damage, but eats a binding. Forces the heal out of the Corki, though. Gets really low. Ignite onto first Fen. The passive's not going to heal him up much of anything.
In bot lane, they probably could have killed Spike, but good guy Minion was blocking Keycat from throwing out her Q.
And I mean, this Janna shield combined with the tumble is going to be a lot of burst damage. Chuba getting an early health lead, but loses out on a summoner spell.
Yeah, but he also takes out the flash from first Fen, so he won't have that available.
And this is Vlad. He can heal a lot. I mean, we used to see this lane a lot back when both champions were fairly in the meta when Spell Vamp was really big. Riot nerfed it a lot so that it is now not as prevalent to see anymore. A good stun lands on the Omicron, but that's about it.
Yeah, and purple side bot lane is just getting pretty bullied out right now, but Arise is low on mana, so we'll see if purple side can push out a little bit and maybe get an engage.
I mean, both of these junglers, I don't see them going anywhere. First, Fen decides he wants to go in, but he's just going to get nuked out. He doesn't have that much damage, and he used his bite really, really early in that fight.
Yeah, the thing, I'm personally not a volleyball player, but I know you never use the bite while someone's at full health, and even I know that.
I mean, it is an execute, and it does more damage the amount of health you've built up. I believe it's currently sitting at 10% maximum health. It has gone through a series of nerfs and buffs, and it hasn't been changed in a while. That being said, decides not to burn the teleport. Vladimir didn't push the lane into the tower that hard, so Volibear's going to be able to save that summoner spell to see if they can get a dragon out of it. Black Shield going down on a real Esk. However, the Flash Condemn gets blocked by the Black Shield. Keycat's taking a lot of damage from Spike. The binding lands onto Arise. And now Gold Digger showed up. No Condemn available, but Gold Digger doesn't have much backup. Keycat needs to land a binding. Stun misses onto Karthus.
Playing with fire.
Yeah, real Rask gets forced to flash. Keycat's taking a lot of damage. A tumble could come out. Also another flash. Spike doesn't have any damage on him except for Keycat's auto attack. So that's a free kill for Keycat.
Yeah, she baits that pretty well.
Flip onto Chuba, gets bit. Forced to flash, actually. Too many minions to do anything. However, being Vlad, he should be able to just sort of heal back up.
And in that mid lane, Syndra's getting decent poke down, but she is completely out of mana, so she's not gonna be able to do anything for a while.
Yeah, and I don't see her getting a blue buff anytime soon either. Udyr's gonna love having that. If Chuba pushes this out, he actually could die. First Fen's putting down a lot of damage when it comes to these engages, and a beautiful ward out of Vladimir, actually getting it perfectly over that wall into the bush. First Fen really wants to get an engage here and try and pick up a kill to equalize this lane. Gets the pull out and flips the poor caster minion. Slow coming down, and the bite not quite enough. However, the Rec Room's coming in with no pull anymore. That's a kill going over to Omicron.
Yeah, that was either good map awareness or good communication.
Yeah, both super reliable when you have a good team. Keycat playing with fire gets thrown into the wall.
Yeah, Spike is not having any of her BM today.
Yeah, I don't. However, now we see Udyr in the top lane. Bear on bear action, gets flipped, decides he doesn't want it.
And he goes for a little roller coaster ride and he's like, that was fun, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm done with this amusement park. I'm just going to have some fried minions while I'm here. The teleport on the Yi, so if Blue Spike and Arise push too much harder, they could get teleported on. Another condemn into the wall. Keycat gets taken down super duper low. The heal's going to come out and the kill's going to go over to Arise. Exhaust onto Real-esque, misses the phosphorus bomb, and now he's going to go down. That's a free double kill for Arise, actually. Teleport from Volibear is not even close. Flash forced out, gets popped up by the tornado, and now he's in a bit of a predicament.
And Rask kind of misplayed that with his top lane. He started running away from where the teleport was coming from.
Ultimate and Ignite coming out of Big B Wolf. Flash auto attack, going to pick up that kill. Goes kind of low himself, but with no real damage on that side of the map, he's going to be okay. And now Volibear has to make the long trek back up to that top lane. Meanwhile, he walks by a pink ward. Gets sunned up by Big B. And that's where we ended it. Meanwhile, Vlad's getting lots of damage onto this top tower for just that one teleport.
Mm-hmm.
Pool coming out, trolling that flip once again. First Fen gets the flip this time, bites him early, just using it for harass. Problem with harassing a Vladimir is he does have that transfusion. He's not going to stay low health for very long. Another good stun onto Omicron. Gets hit by the flying minion, but nothing to really follow up with.
And Syndra didn't build a mana regen item, she went straight into a needlessly large rod, so she's running low on mana again.
A nicely timed pull by Chuba to stop that flip. Real Rask all by himself, though, with Keycat all the way up in that mid lane. Both of these teams just want to farm for that mid-game spike, and it's really interesting. The Ignite coming out of first Fen gets the flip finally, but he's gonna go down. Maybe. A nice Rec Room gonna come out once again. Omicron picking up his second kill onto Chuba. And both mid laners were close to each other. Syndra probably could have tried to get a stun off.
Yeah, they're really taking advantage of their communication, or Omnicron is just that good at map awareness that he knows when Chuba doesn't have his pull up and has a free kill.
Yeah, and I mean, having that tier catalyst, he's definitely putting some pressure onto the Syndra who doesn't have any mana. I mean, this bot lane's looking kind of grim for Rask and Keycat, though. Spike has that Cutlass, and he's starting to put down lots of damage. Keycat's spending a lot of time in this warded bush, so could get condemned at any minute.
Yeah, and it's really difficult for her to land bindings with the tumble and the passive from Janna. It's really hard to hit a binding on Vayne.
Yeah, you almost have to bait out the tumble, but Spike's doing a really good job in holding it for when he needs it. Makoto Senpai finds an Omicron in the mid lane. However, eating lots of damage. No ignite though, so he's gonna be able to walk away. Syndra now having that DFG pops it, throws out the ultimate, forces the barrier, but could she auto attack? The E doesn't land, and so Karthus is gonna live to fight another day.
Karthus live, ha.
Pool gonna come out. Can First Fen still get it? Pops the slow. Gets it down. Ultimate coming out of Chuba. First Fen just gonna laugh.
Really.
Yeah, I mean, double MR items on First Fen. Not really gonna do much. And both junglers haven't left the jungle. A very odd choice on this Udyr, though. Decides not to go Feral Flare. He's going for that Quill Coat into Ancient Golem. It's going to be very hard for him to scale now.
And we finally see Gold Digger. I totally forgot Master Yi was even in this game. Let's see what he can do now that he has his Feral Flare.
Looks like he's trying to ward up to get this dragon. And with Spike and Janna actually very far away, I think they could do it. Teleport is available on Volibear too. Free dragon for red team. A good shield by Janna to block that phosphorus bomb. DFG ultimate coming out of Syndra. The final Q not gonna land. And Karthus once again lives with barely any health. A good shield onto Rask, but having already finished that Blade of the Ruined King, those Silver Bolts are doing lots of work on the Rask.
Yeah, and he's barely giving any trade back by missing his bombs.
And
Or his rockets, I should say.
He's very behind on items. He has a Phage to Spike's Blade. And the Condemn's actually going to land onto the tower after the third Silver Bolt's proc. Corki will probably die to another couple auto attacks, especially with Tumble.
I'm expecting Spike to probably flash in for that kill in a couple seconds.
Yeah, with the Dark Final Hour available, I can't see him not tower diving this. And especially now that the binding's down with a fresh minion wave. Ultimate coming out. The teleport from First Fen is going to keep Spike in the area. Keycat's going to pick up that kill with the second Soul Shackles proc. And Real Risk actually survives. Blue team's picking out that top tower, but Vladimir is so far away, I don't think he's going to get to it. That being said, Volibear really needs to get up there quick.
The Rising Cat are gonna throw peanuts at each other.
I mean, Arise loses her pink, gets stunned up, ultimate coming out of Gold Digger, goes in, gets Black Shielded so the stun doesn't land, and now Rask wants to get in on this, but they're gonna let Udyr live. A flash flip onto Chuba, very interesting. However, stun lands onto Omicron, DFG ultimate and ignite. Barrier's not enough for now. Turns out it is. He's gonna live with
That barrier
60
is doing
HP.
so much work for Karthus.
I mean, yeah, this barrier's kept him alive twice in a row now as soon as it's coming off cooldown.
Big B has to be so salty right now that he could use some pepper to go
Ultimate and ignite going down on the first fan. Is it gonna be enough? No, he's gonna live with 130 HP. Why is he staying in this lane? Meanwhile, Spike picking up a clean kill onto Keycat in that bot lane. And this is the passive coming out of first Fen. Will it be enough? Tower's doing lots of damage, but with no bite available. Chuba's going to live for a second longer. However, Gold Digger's right there by him. Can he catch him? He pops the ultimate, throws down the Alpha Strike, auto attack, and he's going to pick up that kill.
And the support goes over to the Volibear too, over to first Fen.
And Rask is just terrified of this Vayne right now.
I mean, it's Spike and it's Vayne. It's basically the same word. I'd be terrified too.
I mean, he's so far ahead, having finished that first item, finished boots, whereas Real Rask is sitting on Spell Pen boots and a Phage, basically, for damage output. Really not what you want. He's gonna get... No, he's not. Spike's gonna get scared away by Keycat showing up. Valkyrie in, pops the final hour. The Flash Condemn, all of it going down. The Binding lands onto Spike, and the Soul Shackle is gonna pick it up with the third Silverbolt's proc, however, goes down to the Phosphorus Bomb.
I'm pretty sure he's content with that though. 2v1, still get a kill.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Corki's not putting out the damage right now. Now Keycat tries to find this bot lane. The super fast Janna with the idol, with the Moby boots, with her passive. Just zooming around everywhere. And Red Team knows that Udyr doesn't have that Wriggles Lantern, not going to get that Feral Flare, so they're just telling Master Yi, farm his jungle, take as much of it as you can. They lose the mid tower, what can they get? Volibear gets pushed back, but no stun gonna land.
Syndra's just throwing out a bunch of stuff that doesn't hit, scare tactics.
Keycat's finally gonna clear this pink ward, however, walking over a ward of their own. Dragon's up in 15 seconds. They're gonna lose the bot tower unless they do something immediately. Requiem gonna come out. Gold Digger also in the area, pops the ultimate, flashes in. Spike just goes for Rask because he knows he can get it. Valkyrie closer to Arise, gonna clear this minion wave. They're probably gonna try and take this tower and then move to the dragon. But there's a lot of pressure in this mid lane.
They were not even concerned about Arise. She flashed away and they were like, okay.
They
And
knew Spike was gonna
Spike.
go for it. DFG barrier. Is Omicron gonna live a little bit longer? Big B will finally taking tower procs. He ran out of mana. That kill is gonna go to Real Rask. Udyr was able to just barely get away. But with Volibear and Master Yi starting that dragon, that's going to be a good amount of gold.
Yeah, that's the consequence of not building any kind of mana regen item on Syndra. You just can't finish kills because you don't have mana.
Yeah, I mean, she does have fairly moderate mana costs, but when you're trying to shove waves and pick up kills with that DFG at the same time, you're going to run really low on mana. We see both red buffs being taken by the red team. Their blue team pinging out Dragon, but it's so very much gone by now. Spike's just going to go after KeyCat. Forces the exhaust. This Vayne is about to hit a very terrifying Spike once she finishes that Phantom Dancer.
Yeah, it looks like Syndra finally picks up a Chalice, but laning phase is basically over, so it's not really... I mean, yes, it's needed, but it would have been a lot helpful in lane.
Corki finally makes it back to his own lane. Tower's still probably going to go down, though. A good crit onto Spike, though. The final hour going to get popped. Condemned not going to land on anything. KeyCat going to go down, and now it's Spike versus the world. Teleport coming in from the Master Yi. Pops the ultimate and the Ghost Blade. Gets Monsoon away, but now Arise is a free kill. That's one. Gonna go on to others. Gets forced away by the Udyr, though. Udyr flashes on a real Rask. Spike's gonna tumble in. Can they kill Rask? They cannot. That's a double kill for the Master Yi. Triple kill, actually. Udyr also going down. Flash flip onto Chuba. Ignite coming down. Pool going out. And the ultimate. First Fen now dead. DFG gonna come out from vVv and the Unstoppable Force, because that's not that ability's name. The Unleashed Power.
Everyone gets an Unstoppable Force.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Karth is gonna slowly milk down that mid tower. vVv taking his own blue buff, saying, "Screw you, Udyr. Deal without it." And this Vayne is absolutely monstrous now. But just poor decision making, actually. I mean, we keep seeing him go in just very bad odds and getting completely blown up.
Yeah, normally he's able to do those kinds of things. We've seen it happen all the time. But he's getting shut down really effectively this time.
I mean, I think it's really only a matter of time before a big team fight breaks out and he can do something with this 2-item Vayne build. Free tower going to go down, and now KeyCat's not where she wants to be. She's a bit on the back end. Mikoto Senpai taking lots of damage to this. A stun lands on the Gold Digger, but Omicron's going to pick up one kill. Soul Shackle onto 2 members. Chuba pulls it, but goes down anyway. Omicron in the middle of the fight gets DFG'd and ulted by the Syndra. However, Gold Digger's going to pick up a free triple kill, and Vayne's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he was waiting around looking for the right opportunity, but he just never found the opportunity to go.
That looks like he's looking for cleanup on Omicron and KeyCat, but he's walking over wards. Pinkward coming out. Gold Digger says, "You're mine now." The Condemned not coming out just yet. Auto attacks going down. Heal being popped too. Not quite enough for this Fed Master Yi. Rask getting stunned up, but he wants this tower. That's 2 towers going down for Red Team. Really just a very well played fight by Gold Digger for the most part. He got an unofficial quadra kill.
Yeah, but you don't really expect much less when it's Master Yi.
I mean, that also being said, he has more farm than his 80 carry. Already finishing that Pharaoh Flare Ghost Blade, going for that Infinity Edge next. And on top of the Pharaoh Flare, he's currently sitting at 31 stacks at 25 minutes in the game. That's very well played.
Yeah, let's see if he can keep up his perfect game right now. He hasn't died yet.
As opposed to the Vayne, who's now 2-6-3. DFG and the Unleashed Power coming out from the Syndra, not enough. Once again, just time and time again, we see this DFG going down and not having enough to finish the kill. Big B has to be getting very frustrated right now.
Yeah, that's overall in this game, that's potentially about, what, 5 kills that he hasn't gotten because he just didn't have enough AP to kill him?
Yeah, and I mean, that would have been game-changing. Imagine a 6-2-1 Cinder right now. It'd be totally a different game. And that pink ward that's very deep in blue side's still alive. They know that he put it down there. They watched him, and yet nobody's even gone near it.
Yeah, this is looking scary for blue team. I mean, Janna has the most kills on their team right now.
And this Volibear is still pushing up in this top lane with Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. He's going to teleport way behind his own team, not getting it stunned up by Udyr. And that's a Dragon. The jungler for blue team went top lane.
Yeah, very good decision there. He almost got caught out by the Udyr, which would have cancelled that. But thankfully, that teleport went off just in time.
And that Dragon pushes it to a 10k gold lead for red team. Very scary. Now they decide to put Master Yi on the split push duty. Having 3 items and already working towards that last whisper, there is nobody that can deal with him right now for blue team.
So it looks like a desperate move. Corki picked up a red pot just to try to do more damage.
I mean, it's working for him. He's putting in work for his team fight so that his team can do cleanup, especially that Master Yi, who's 9-0-1. It just picked up that bot tier 2 tower.
That was a really nice stun.
2-man stun onto Keycat, gets DFG'd and blown up, lands the binding onto Makoto Senpai, who gets saved by the Monsoon. However, Karthus goes down. He's popping his Requiem. Can they do something? Spike is still very much alive. 1 kill for Gold Digger. Can he pick up 2 onto Spike? Rask is in a bad position. However, the double kill goes to Rask, who survives with a sliver of health and seems to be going the wrong direction. Your base is the other way, Corky.
He's playing very, very greedy this game.
That flash from Big B Wolf not gonna do anything. Can't even land a stun. Yeah. Corky playing a very dangerous game. Any second, somebody should be coming up to this top lane. And Gold Digger taking away another buff. I think the last set of buffs was all that blue team's gotten so far. They've had 2 buffs apiece from red and blue, and then the rest have gone to Master Yi, who's gonna look for another kill. However, he gets ulted by the Syndra and goes down to Arise, who getting the shutdown gold is not what you want right now.
And again, the Syndra ult just missed the kill. I don't know if I've ever seen anything more frustrating.
And it's not even that he's way behind in items. He does have a DFG and an Athene's Unholy Grail. It's just that they're just barely surviving. Like, 1 more Q would have done it. And he just picked up and blasting one, so maybe somebody will die to his ultimate? Maybe? Keycat in a bit of an odd position with Volibear. They see the Janna with double buffs. That should be the target right now. They want those buffs.
That should be a very easy kill.
Master Yi's teleport, he'll go do whatever he wants and make it back in time for his team. And both teams want to get Baron control right now. He's walking towards the spot lane.
Yeah, would have given up.
He pops his ultimate going into 3 members, gets ulted by the Syndra, so now that's down. The ultimate from Vlad, not going to be enough. No Black Shield from Keycat, doesn't even care.
But however, like Omnicron's trying to help out blue team by killing Master Yi, but it's just not working.
Yeah, I mean the meditate was just enough to save him. A good four-man wall coming out of Omicron. Binding not going to land. Chuba with no ultimate. Syndra also with no ultimate. The Monsoon from Janna. Two-man Soul Shackles. Very late Sonya's. Meanwhile, in the backline, Vayne is picking up kills. Kills Corki. Gonna kill Morgana. Omicron trying to pick up one kill. Does. But he's very low on mana. He throws out the wall. And now Spike thinks he's against the world.
He should cancel that.
Requiem gonna come out. Teleport from Gold Digger. He's gonna pick up this kill onto Big B Wolf. Can he go for more? No flash available, so he can't jump over that wall for Chuba.
You know what would have gotten Syndra those other 6 kills she tried to get early in the game?
Mana?
A skin.
Chuba making it back to the fight, getting blown up by First Fen a little bit. Now Gold Digger versus the world, no Condemn coming out, but the third single proc is going to come out. Now Red Buff, First Fen just getting deleted. So much damage from Spike right now with his 3 items.
Yeah, definitely not what they wanted to happen there.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
he gets double buffs.
The double buffs from Yi was what definitely killed First Fen there. And now Blue Team's going to get control of this Baron Pit. They might even start it knowing that Yi's down for another 20 seconds and doesn't have teleport.
Yeah, with the burst damage that you have on that Vayne and the Udyr, it's going to be pretty hard for that Corgi to take it away.
I don't see this happening. No vision. Not enough. Smite just a second early so it goes over to Vayne, but they get it nonetheless. And what was once a convincing lead for Red Team has now sort of fallen away, even though they still hold a 10k gold lead.
Yeah, you definitely see Spike starting to get bigger. What started out as 2 and 5, he's now 8 and 7, so he's starting to get scary. I'd be worried.
And not a lot of armor on this Red Team. Volibear decided to go Warmogs instead of Randuin's or Sunfire. He's now sitting on a Chain Vest, but it could be too late.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he's going to turn that Chain Vest into.
I would think it has to be a Randuin's. I mean, the attack speed from Vayne is just too much right now. Red Team's getting the Dragon, but they're gonna lose this mid-turret. There's nothing they can do about it. And unless they can hurry up, it could turn into a bad fight for them. Corki's not who you want leading the charge. However, he dodges the Syndra ult. Now that, or the Syndra is stunned, now that's down. Chuba's already forced a pull and flash. A stun only lands on the First Fen, and now Yi's in a good position. Hops in, dodges out this Vlad ultimate too. Oh, Udyr already going down. Chuba gets stunned up. A good 2-man stun from the Syndra. Spike's trying to do something, but he's going so low. Gold Digger's on the back end. First Fen gets Stain up. Spike wants this fight. However, Gold Digger's cleaning up. The Requiem's going to come down and pick up Spike no matter what. Gold Digger shut down the quadra kill. No Penta for Spike. That was a very close fight. Now, when Gold Digger's the only one available now, what can they get out of it?
What really swung that fight into Purple Team's favor is that it was in such a confined area that when Omnicron died, his passive and his E were just like, they're wrecking everybody on that Blue Team. Because it was a pretty convincing win by Blue Team until Karthus died, and then it completely swung.
Yeah, and I mean, here we see Udyr trying to bear form out of the base. Can he actually catch the Yi is the thing. He's gonna damn well try. Decides to give up. Yeah, that was a very interesting fight. I mean, Blue Team was kiting it back perfectly, and then they just sort of got caught up on it, and it was just very unfortunate for Chuba to miss his ultimate. That would have definitely turned the fight around. Gold Digger on the Shi is now full build. Infinity Edge, Blade of the Ruined King, Yomu's Ghost Blade, Last Whisper, Feral Flare, Berserker Greaves. He can 1v1 anybody without even thinking about it. That being said, Vayne now has double lifesteal Viva. That's going to be interesting to see how that
Yeah,
plays
let's
out.
say if he had that Bloodthirster in that last fight, he might have been able to live and take out the E for that Penta.
Keycat's playing with fire right now, being all off on her own team. Teleport is available for Yi, though. And with that mid lane inhibitor being down, there's actually a bit of pressure being put on the blue team. Red team has all the cards right now, though. Big B Wolf gonna just get deleted, went way too far forward. Binding landing onto Chuba, now he's also not where he wants to be. Ultimate coming out from Arise, only gonna keep him alive for so much longer. Now, ooh dear, not paying attention. Spike throwing down the final hour, Chuba eating another binding though. Spike's doing a really good job kiting this out. The Requiem gonna come out. Spike tries to survive, not quite enough. A nice double kill for the Karthus Requiem. Meanwhile, Yi's winning the base, and that's going to be game.
That is the game. I have no idea what Syndra and Uji were thinking. They just blindly ran into that red team.
Makoto Senpai finds himself in a Yi, but gets flashed on. Blade of the Rune King gonna come out. They're just gonna ignore him, and that's gonna be the game. That was
That
a very
did not turn out how I thought it would.
Yeah, that was a very interesting final fight there. I mean, Syndra was just caught way out of position, and then Udyr, I don't.
Kind of just blindly ran in.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for what Udyr was doing. He just was like, oh, 5 men, 4 men, let's do this. It must have just been a last-ditch effort that they were trying to make happen. I mean, very unfortunate ending, especially with Yi just cleaning up the base at that point.
Yeah, overall, Gold Digger on that Master Yi and Spike's Vayne, definitely the playmakers this game, kept it very exciting throughout.
Yeah, I mean, Gold Digger did a good job on those objectives and helping his team out when they needed it. And you can see by the gold graph that once Purple Team got a significant lead, they just ran with it. I mean, the Spike Vayne could only do so much to combat that Yi, who was just putting out so much damage. I mean, you can look at the total damage of champions. Yi actually did very little to champions comparatively to the rest of his team. And it was just, he was taking objectives when it was needed. He was taking dragons. He was taking towers while the rest of his team fought. I mean, you can see Vayne just being the highest damage in the game. And we saw that. We saw her pick up that easy quadra kill in the jungle fight, even though she did go down.
Yeah, she definitely had her priorities straight on who to kill and when. It's just, like I said, in that corridor fight, you definitely do not want a dead Karthus in the middle of your fight because you're just going to die in about half a second.
And then the biggest thing is you do not want your jungle Udyr to do less damage than your support Janna. That is definitely not what you want. I mean, going for the tanky build can be kind of okay, but I mean, you could see he went 0-5 and 4, was relegated to just a stun bot, trying to stun that Yi and just getting deleted in the process. It was just very unfortunate for him.
Definitely.
That being said, guys, this was our second and final game of the night. Thank you everyone who played, came out and watched us. Thank you Viva for casting with me once again. We will be back Tuesday night, 9 p.m. as always, so invite your friends, invite your family, just invite everybody, and just hopefully have a good next couple days.
Even invite your stalkers.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can end up on your team and all of you will be closer for the better. Thank you once again, guys. Good night.